Hi, Kevin Yoder here, CEO and founder of Yoder Real Estate. Welcome back to another episode of KevinYoder.tv. We specialize at Yoder Real Estate in helping sellers maximize both their time and their money. We're helping buyers identify opportunities and move quickly, especially in this market, to capitalize on them. And that brings me to the topic of today's video, which is it's a seller's market, and most people recognize that. And if it's a great time to sell a home, then where are all the listings? Why aren't sellers listing their homes? Before I get into today's topic and answer that question, I wanted to remind you again of a link on this video blog down below where you can search. By clicking on that, you can search all real estate that we have access to as agents. Consider this your link to the MLS. Secondly, I wanted to welcome you to ask for a free complimentary market analysis of your home. This market is changing quickly. A lot of sellers want to know where they stand with equity, and we're more than happy to put that together for you either by mail, by email, or just over the phone. I'll remind you again of this at the very end of this, just in case you've forgotten. Let's get started with today's question and then answer it for you. Number one is, what is going on with sellers not listing their homes? There are three distinct reasons. There are actually more than that, but I'll cover three for you today, just to get down to what really seems to be the most important reasons or the most prevalent right now in this market. Number one, lack of inventory, of course, right? So sellers are wanting to sell their homes, and they look out and they do a search on the MLS, and they're seeing not a lot of options, and that freezes them in their tracks. They don't want to get stuck. They don't want to be homeless, and that's a challenge. So that's the number one reason. Number two is lending guidelines have tightened up quite a bit. Perhaps 10 years ago or 8 years ago when they made a move, or even 20 years ago, things were different. But when they're looking to move up in real estate, a lot of times right now they're finding that the debt to income ratios, perhaps from the market crash several years back, is still kind of hanging on. So that has been also another challenge. And the third thing is that a lot of folks are trying to time the market, which is to say they make comments like, we would want to stay in our house for a little bit longer in order to get more equity out of our current home so that we could bring that to the table for the next purchase. The challenge with that is if both homes are going up in value, you're not really gaining anything because they're both going up. But the second part of that is that interest rates are also rising. And I've covered this probably 20 times in these blogs to understand that if interest rates go up 1%, this is going to impact your payment far more than a $10,000 price increase. But if they're both happening, it's going to cost you a lot of money to make that move down the line if you're trying to time it. So what are some takeaways? How can we navigate through this market, still sell a home if we want to, without being stuck, without having to rent, without being homeless? Would be the worst fear, right? The one thing to look at is off-market listings. There are certain real estate teams and agents that have access to off-market listings, usually in the variety of sellers they've already met with. They want to list their home. They're actually in the funnel. They're putting their homes together to get ready to list. Those are awesome opportunities to take advantage of. If you're selling a home, ask for off-market listings so you can just look at those homes when you're ready. The second part would be sellers that just don't want to get their homes on the open MLS. That's another category. They want to be in the market, so to speak, but they're just not open to showings because they have certain situations at their home that they just don't want to have people coming through, with the exception of ready, able, and willing buyers. If you'd like access to an off-market list, if you're having a challenge finding your next home, and you'd like to see what that looks like, give us a call here at Yoder Real Estate, 942-2449, or you can just respond down below or just reply to this email, and we'd be more than happy to put that together for you. Secondly, we're also putting together a custom market analysis. Again, we can put that together by email, by phone, or just through the mail. Hopefully you found this topic today to be helpful. If we can help in any way, please let us know. And thanks again for tuning in to another episode of KevinYoder.tv. Until next time.